What's up guys, it's Sam the Raid Man. Today I want to talk a little bit about fusions, both the current one and also one of the most previous fragment fusions we went. I've seen something pretty disgusting from Plarium that I kind of wanted to address. Air my opinions out and let me get you guys' opinions as well. The current fusion is Grand Entertainer Fabian? Lord Entertainer Fabian. He's got the little half two-face, half burnt face smile, half a mustache. Very interesting face. The rest of it is pretty cool. Gives me like Rotos vibes with the skin color, the ghostly aspect. Pretty simple little staff with a scythe ending here. But all in all, pretty cool. I like the hair. Let's go through his kit really quickly. I will be going for this fusion. I know I put a poll up and it's like 70% of you guys, about I think 75 or 100 people responded. About 70% of you guys said you were as well. So on his A1, Service in Death, attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit steals 10% target's turn meter. Places True Fear debuff for 2 turns if the target's turn meter is fully depleted. This one's okay. It's just not. It's hard to deplete someone's turn meter fully. Like when you have 100% turn meter, typically they have 70 or 60 or 100 or 90. It's rare that they have 20% or less unless they just went. So yeah, I think that's fine, but it's not a... Steel's turn meter is a good part of the A1 because you can get 20% turn meter yourself, which is nice. I promise I've got the best promo code you have ever seen. This is a referral code as well as a promo code, and I promise you're going to be blown away by the results. We can get you 3 free legendary champions, including a void legendary champion and a champion I don't even have on my main account, as well as 3 really solid epics as you level up in the game. I'm going to walk you through how to do this. I promise you this code is live and this code works. Step 1, log out of Player and Play on your PC and uninstall it. If you've never had Raid connected to your phone before, it should work there as well. Step 2, click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Very important that it's a brand new email. Step 3, launch Raid, complete the tutorial. Step 4, go to your inbox. We just got a legendary LNRL, some brews, some pots, which leads me into my second legendary that you can get, which is the Alice Chase. If you do this in time, all you have to do is log in for 7 days in a row. This expires on April 10th. It's going to be Supreme 6. You get Supreme Gaelic, pots, brews, more silver. Just an unbelievable Kickstarter. Hope you guys are as excited about this as I am. Again, just to use that link in the description of this video below. I don't know how this is real. A2, Unwelcome Guest. Attacks one enemy, places Petrification for 1 turn. Has a 100% chance when booked, placing True Fear for 2 turns on all other enemies who are not under Fear or True Fear. So that's a good control. Take somebody out of the fight for a little bit. Fear or True Fear on everybody else, or True Fear on everyone else, really. Passive skill activates a skill whenever an enemy under Fear or True Fear successfully uses a skill. If there are multiple champions with a skill, only one will activate, which is nice because so let's say we fear everybody, and then Duchess takes a turn, or whoever takes a turn. If Duchess is able to use her abilities, meaning she ignored the Fear or True Fear, then he will petrify Duchess, or try to, and put Fear or True Fear on everyone else. So I think that's a really, really good control. It's all about the fears. Spectral Flourish attacks all enemies before attacking, has a 100% when booked, chance of decreasing the duration of all enemy buffs by 3 turns. This is amazing, specifically for live or for arena or live arena, because it doesn't trigger polymorph, right? That's why Timid the Fool is kind of, people like him. It's because it's like a removing buffs without actually removing them, triggering the polymorph, which basically says Plarium knows polymorph should be nerfed, but they're scared to actually nerf it. So they're doing this to give everyone a chance at getting around that a little bit. Also has a 100% chance of increasing the cooldowns of all enemy skills by 3 turns. That's nice. That's like Alice's, but a little bit longer. And it's also only on a 4-turn cooldown, so that's pretty cool. Grants an extra turn if there are no buffs on the enemy team after this attack. This is a super, super good ability. Both of these are amazing, just depending on what you're looking for, but to have both in one kit is insane. If they have no buffs, which they shouldn't after this, unless it's a protected buff. If they have no buffs, he grants an extra turn. So you can do all of this, increase everyone's cooldowns on a 4-turn cooldown, get an extra turn, and do the petrification and True Fear. So, I mean, it's really, 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 really good. His passive, whenever enemy is revived, places True Fear on that champion for 2 turns, which is super crazy. Remove stun, freeze, sleep, provoke, fear, True Fear, petrification from this champion before the start of their turn. So he basically cannot be controlled. Cannot be controlled. Like Armand's, I mean, granted, Armand's can steal his turn meter over and over again, but he cannot stun him basically, or he can stun him, but it won't happen. And then speed in all battles by 19%. This champion is way too good not to go for. So really quickly, let's take a look at the fusion calendar. We are currently live. We've got champion training, dungeon divers, and we got a gear enhancement, which I like that they changed it from artifact because it is all gear. And then a dragon tournament. I finished my dragon tournament. This is a old school fusion. So you've got 16 rares, 16 of, what is his name? Born? And then we need 4 Light Ward Siendras, who's Void. So we could hypothetically pull some of these from Ancients or Mysteries, and you could hypothetically pull some of these from Void Shards, which would help you complete the fusion. Still got 2 weeks left. Let's take a look at the calendar. Okay, so like I said, right now, today is March 11th. So we're in the second day. We've got Dungeon, Dragon, Champion Training. Gear Enhancement starts tomorrow. Ice Golem, Summon Rush. We have 1 Summon Rush, and there's also a chance to get the Epic from the Summon Rush. I personally almost always do this. Granted, I am a I spend in this game. I don't even know what the term is. Not free to play, whatever the opposite of free to pay to play player. So I almost always do this because if I get the Epic, then that means I can skip 4 of the rare events. Typically that's either Dungeon Divers or Ice Golem. Those are my least favorite events personally. I love Gear Enhancement. I'm always rolling gear, so that's good. Classic Arena is very easy. Champion Training can be tedious, but that's okay. Champion Training tournaments are a lot easier in my opinion than Champion Training events. Fire Knight, Dungeon Divers, and then so there looks like there's a chance to get 16 rares plus 1 epic. So if I get the epic, then I will only have to do 12. Granted, I'm not advocating you should spend, but that is how I approach things with the fusion. So we've got till March 25th. Just make sure you're on top of things. If you know you're going to miss some time, plan ahead, maybe stockpile some gems or some energy, or consider going for the epic. So now that leads me to my second point. I am going for this fusion. I did not go for the most recent, which would have been the fragment summon for Esme the Dancer, but I was playing during the time. I've just been very busy. I was still doing the free-to-play at that time. I'm no longer doing the free-to-play, but I did end up getting like 60 of her fragments, and I wasn't planning on going for her. And this is something I knew that Plarium was doing, but I'm pretty disgusted at how bad it is. Let me just go ahead and show you the picture I took. This was the last day of the fusion, or the fragment, day after the fusion ended, whatever it was. Fragment pack. Get 40 fragments of Esme the Dancer for $75. I just think that's so gross. And let me go ahead and get ahead of it. I do think on paper, it is a good idea to sell 5 or 10 fragments to people for $5 or $10 respectively if you cannot finish the fusion. So let's say I'm going for it, and I run out of energy and I can't finish it. Or I'm going for it, and then I didn't realize that one of the events was ending today and I didn't get that 5 fragments. That scenario, I love that you can sell fragments to that person. I apologize for that. I love that you can sell 5 or 10 fragments to help somebody bridge the gap and finish the fragment collector that they couldn't do beforehand. I do not like how predatory this is with the pricing. First of all, that's my biggest issue. So this is $18.50 per 10 fragments, or $185 per fragment. But I think viewing it in sections of 10 makes more sense. So if I was 10 short, they could have sold it to me for $18.50. Realistically, it's probably 20, right? $10 for 5 fragments, $20 for 20 fragments. And as you get to more fragments, like this, where I needed more, they give you a discount of saving me $5. That's how I imagine it is. I think if this was $40, I'd be a little less frustrated, but still frustrated, because in my mind, if someone has 60 fragments, they're clearly not going for the champion. That being said, maybe someone who's a low spender would see this and be like, wow, I didn't think I could get Esme, but $40, sure, I'll buy that and get a new legendary. That's better. Nobody should ever spend $75 on 40% of a champion. Doing that math means that this champion, if you were to buy 100 fragments, which obviously they're not going to do, that would be a disaster. This champion's worth to Plarium $187.50, and she's probably not. I get that more people spend money on shards than that, and they don't get as good of a champion, or they get no champions. I get that, but that's ludicrous. That pricing is outrageous. This is clearly, it feels predatory to me. Like it's targeting people. It's waving you, oh, you don't want to miss out on this champion. Spend $75. Like I understand that Plarium is a for-profit company, right? They want to make money. That's what they exist to do. But this just feels so greedy and so in poor taste. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Maybe I'm overreacting. Also, let me know in the comments if you didn't respond to the poll. Are you going for Lord Entertainer Fabian? I think if you can, you should. I just think he's going to be one of those champions like Armand's, where as annoying as he is, whether or not he should be in the game, you don't want to be caught without him when everyone else has him and he starts doing crazy stuff. Anyways, more positive videos coming soon. As always, thank you for the support. Subscribe to the channel, and I will see you on the next one.